Okay. So have you ever like gotten that like really eerie feeling? Like the hairs on the back of your neck standing up and you can't quite explain it?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're talking about tonight.
Okay.
We're diving into a mystery that's been freaking people out in the Himalayan foothills for generations.
Right.
The legends of these Kanda Range corpse lanterns.
Yeah, it's fascinating how many different types of stories like all point to the same phenomenon, right?
Hmm.
You've got these like personal tragedies and then attempts by science to try to explain it, but really it's like more questions than answers. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got modern encounters, people today in like the digital age still coming across this thing, and then underpinning it all is this ancient folklore
Right.
that's trying to explain something that we can't really wrap our heads around.
Exactly. And for you listening, it's not just one story. It's like a whole bunch of threads woven together. You've got the story of Shankar the poacher, and then you've got the Delhi University team trying to figure it out scientifically. And then today, you've got a vlogger and a forest guard. And then on top of that, you have this really old Tharu scroll that's
Oh.
adding to this whole thing. And it all takes place in this area called the Kanda Range
Right.
with this super creepy place called Bone Ravine.
Okay, so we're going deep on this one. This is
Yeah.
going to be a deep dive for you.
This is a deep dive for you.
We're going through all these crazy details. We're looking at the evidence where we have it
Yeah.
and acknowledging where it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out why this legend is so powerful, not just in the area, but like maybe to all of us, like deep down.
Right. Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
go all the way back to the beginning, like the start of this whole legend.
Right.
We're talking 1953, the story of Shankar,
Uh-huh.
this poacher who went missing
Right.
in Bone Ravine.
So for you to understand, like, the impact of this Shankar wasn't just any poacher.
Right.
This guy was, like, really good at what he did, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, 47 tigers are linked to this one guy.
Wow.
And when he disappeared, that's really when these stories of the corpse lanterns start to gain traction, centered
Yeah.
around this ravine. And what they found when they went looking for him, it's really messed up.
Yeah. So they find his rifle, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just like lying there.
Uh-huh.
It's totally melted and warped into these like screaming faces.
Oh.
It's crazy. And then get this, they found 47 tiger claws laid out in this perfect circle.
Oh, what?
Like who did that?
Yeah.
And then there's this single blue flame just floating in the air.
Oh, wow. So that blue light becomes a big part of these stories.
Mhm.
But the creepiness doesn't end with Shankar just disappearing, does it?
No.
His widow's experience that night is like something else.
Yeah, imagine waking up and seeing your dead husband's face outside your window, lit up by that same blue light. And his mouth is moving, but there's no sound.
Oh.
And then in that light, there are these shadows that look like tigers all over him.
Oh, no.
It's no wonder that she was found like totally out of her mind the next morning.
Yeah.
It's a really disturbing and like intense story.
So for you, the takeaway here is how violence and death in this particular place are linked to these blue lights, right? It's like there are these restless spirits, maybe connected to the poaching itself.
So now let's jump ahead like almost 50 years to 2001.
Okay.
Surely by then, science has some answers for us, right?
You'd think so.
A team from Delhi University decided to check this out
Okay.
with like all the latest tech and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They wanted to see if there was like a normal explanation for what people were seeing.
Okay.
So they used thermal imaging looking for a heat source.
Yeah.
And they checked the air for gases like phosphine or methane.
Uh-huh.
The stuff that can make weird lights in places with lots of decaying stuff.
Right, right.
And guess what they found? Nothing. No heat, no weird gases. It's like these lights don't follow the rules of physics or chemistry.
Yeah, the instruments didn't show them anything unusual, but then they took some pictures.
Right.
Long exposure shots meant to pick up really faint light, and what they saw was freaky.
Okay.
It looked like skeletal hands holding those blue flames.
What?
Yeah.
That is so creepy.
Right.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting and honestly a lot more creepy.
Okay.
So the lead researcher, Dr. Iyer,
Yeah.
kept a journal.
Uh-huh.
And what he wrote is like super unsettling.
Okay.
This wasn't just a science project for him. It became something way more personal and scary.
So he's saying that the lights were following them, like they were intelligent and predatory.
Yeah.
But that's not even the worst part.
Okay.
He says one of the lights started mimicking his daughter's voice,
No way.
calling out for help like she was in trouble.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Right. It plays on her deepest fears.
Yeah.
You know?
And then Dr. Iyer dies
Oh, God.
in his tent. And get this, His wedding ring was melted into his eye socket.
That's messed up. There's no way that's natural, right?
No, it's like something out of a horror movie, and it just
Yeah.
makes the whole thing that much creepier.
So what's interesting here is how science tried to explain it but couldn't.
Yeah.
It's like some things are just beyond what we can understand right now.
Right.
And the way Dr. Iyer died,
Yeah.
the way he was targeted,
Yeah.
it points to something deliberate, something evil.
Okay, so now fast forward to the present day,
Yeah.
and this whole thing gets even wilder.
Okay.
We have the story of Rhea Kapoor,
Mm-hmm.
a travel vlogger with tons of followers online.
Right.
This is where the corpse lanterns meet social media
Yeah.
and instant documentation, right?
So this is a reminder that even with all our tech,
Yeah.
the unknown is still dangerous. She just saw a pretty blue light.
Right.
But it didn't end well, and part of it was caught on camera.
Yeah. The footage is so disturbing.
What happened?
It starts with this light kind of dancing around like a firefly.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden it shoots straight towards the ravine.
Oh, no.
And for a second you see a reflection in a puddle.
Right.
And there are 3 lights behind her, not one.
Like they were waiting for her.
Yeah, exactly.
And just before the recording cuts out, you hear a whisper.
What?
It says, "Come see what we caught."
Oh my God, Chill.
It's like she's the prey now.
Right. And the worst part, they found her phone stuck in a tree.
No.
And it had recorded 72 hours of just awful sounds.
Like what?
Screams and the sounds of bones breaking.
That is so messed up.
It's a real nightmare, and it was all documented.
So what's crazy is how this isn't just a story anymore. It's
Yeah.
like a warning.
Right.
Be careful what you chase online.
Yeah.
And it shows how these legends can spread so fast on social media
Oh.
when something like this happens.
Right. Okay, so now let's hear from Hari Singh.
Okay.
He's a forest guard,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got some really specific rules for dealing with these lights.
So this guy's not about internet fame.
No.
No.
He's all about survival. He's been living with this stuff for years.
Yeah.
So he's not trying to figure out what they are.
Uh-huh.
He's just trying to stay alive.
Okay, so what are the rules?
Rule number 1, never follow them if the wind is blowing towards you.
Interesting.
It's like they're trying to lead you somewhere,
Yeah.
and the wind is somehow important.
Okay.
Rule number 2, if you see a red pulsing light,
Mm-hmm.
get out of there.
Yeah, why?
Apparently, it means someone is screaming,
Oh, God.
so that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
And rule number 3, salt and iron.
What?
Yeah, he says they can disrupt the lights somehow.
Like a weapon.
Yeah, like a supernatural repellent.
So what does that tell us?
That these things aren't just random.
Right.
They're intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even evil in that red pulsing light.
Yeah.
It's like there's some kind of tortured consciousness in there.
Yeah, and salt and iron. You know,
Right.
they're used in folklore all over the world to keep evil spirits away.
Exactly. And then there's this detail about a bullet. Yeah, a British bullet from 1934
Okay.
that apparently repels the lights too.
So how does a bullet do that?
Hari Singh says it's because the lights are vengeful poachers.
Oh, wow.
The ones who used to be the hunters are now the hunted.
Like karma?
Yeah, exactly. And this bullet, it connects us to the past,
Uh-huh.
to maybe some specific people whose spirits are trapped as these lights.
Okay, so we're talking about a historical curse then.
Yeah, something that goes way back.
Connected to what happened in the Kanda range.
Right. Okay, so now let's talk about this really old Tharu scroll.
Yeah, this is like the ancient explanation, right?
Exactly. This is how the locals have understood these lights for centuries.
Okay,
And it is creepy.
lay it on me.
The scroll says that each blue light is a poacher's soul,
Oh, wow.
trapped forever,
And
and they're forced to relive their crimes. But this time, they're the ones being hunted.
oh, God, that's dark.
Yeah, it's like some kind of twisted poetic justice.
So the scroll says they're trapped. But they can escape if they get someone to take their place.
Exactly. That's why they try to lure people in.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it gets even worse.
How?
The scroll says it started with murderers,
Okay,
like Shankar,
right.
but then it expanded to include liars, too.
So it's not just about killing anymore.
No, it's like the rules are changing.
Right.
And the latest entry in the scroll is about a kid who stole some eggs.
A kid?
Yeah, he's light number 217 now.
Oh, my God, that's so messed up.
It's like their hunger is growing.
Yeah.
They're taking anyone they can get.
So from murderers to thieves to who knows what's next.
Right, exactly. So let's say you're in the Kanda range after sunset and you see one of these lights. What do you do?
Yeah, what's the plan?
Well, based on everything we know, there's like a survival guide.
Okay, so what should you do?
First, walk backwards, but don't break eye contact.
So you're acknowledging them?
Yeah, but not letting them control you.
Okay.
And recite the Gayatri mantra.
Oh, what?
It's a Hindu prayer, and it's supposed to confuse them.
Interesting.
And carry fake tiger claws with you.
Tiger claws. Why?
It's like a symbol of their past victims. You know,
Right.
the animals they used to hunt.
Like reminding them of what they did.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are the what about the don'ts?
Whatever you do, don't take pictures. They can steal your soul
Through the camera?
through the camera.
Yeah.
It's a superstition.
Okay.
And never follow them no matter what.
Even if...
Even if you hear someone crying for help.
Oh, right.
It's a trap.
Got it.
And never sleep near ravines.
Yeah, why?
That's where they hang out.
Like their home base.
Exactly like a supernatural clubhouse.
So basically don't go anywhere near them.
Pretty much.
Good advice.
So what do you think are the corpse lanterns of the Kanda Range? Just a myth.
I don't know.
Or something more.
It's scary to think about.
We've looked at first-hand accounts,
Yeah.
scientific dead ends, modern encounters, and ancient beliefs.
It's a lot to process.
It really is. And I think the reason this legend is so powerful
Yeah.
is because it plays on our deepest fears.
Fear of death, the unknown.
Exactly. And that fear of being punished for our mistakes.
Like karma.
Yeah. You know, it makes you wonder what kind of darkness is hidden in that place.
Mm-hmm.
That it would create something so terrifying. So for you listening, what do you think? Are these lights just a story?
Right.
Or something more?
Something real.
Exactly. And what does it say about us that we're so drawn to these creepy stories?
Good question.
It's something to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
And until next time, stay curious,
And stay safe out there.
especially in the Kanda Range.